For today's Orange to Blue Belt class, we're going to be going over a few things. We're going to be working on some of our kicks, in particular our hook kicks, and getting those to be nice and smooth and powerful. We're going to be continuing our discussion on leadership and the concept of showing the way, super important. And finally, we'll be reviewing some of our self-defense, continuing to work on that. The goal with our self-defense, remember, is not just to know it, it's to be able to do it, right? And that comes not through practicing something once or twice, but over and over and over again, right? Lots of repetition is the key to success, right? So we're going to get started with some warm-ups, which we always do in terms of keeping our bodies safe and warm and so we don't get injured, and then we'll go into the rest of the class from there. Okay, so before we get into the majority of class, we're going to do a quick warm-up to get our body ready for class, get moving, right? Warm-ups are important for our heart, our muscles, all of our joints. Each one of these moves is going to be about 30 seconds long. We're going to be doing 3 of them. So let's get started. We're going to start off with ski jumps, right? We're going to go for 30 seconds, just jumping side to side. Right, make sure you're breathing, balancing on your feet, taking small jumps. Right, we're not trying to go super fast, we're not going super far. We're just letting our body get moving. You can shake out your arms a little bit if you want. Right, you can wiggle a little bit in your upper body, right? But just keep bouncing those feet side to side, side to side. All right, that's 30 seconds of ski jumps. Next, we're going to be doing some push-ups. As we do our push-ups, there are a few different ways. I'll cut in for you so you can see different angles on. But we're going to do 30 seconds of push-ups your way. Ready, set, and go. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Big thing you're aiming to do during your push-ups today is just to make sure you're getting that full range of motion, getting your chin to the floor. Whatever works for you. You may need to switch between different styles of push-ups. Like I said, I'm showing 4 of them on the screen now, but pick the one that works for you, and you may change it, right? Maybe do 5 with your legs straight, 10 with your legs bent, whatever it is, that's fine. All right, and we're done with push-ups. Last warm-up move, we're gonna do some front kicks, alternating legs. All we want to do is kick about belt height, one leg and the other leg. Ready, set, and go for it. Nice and easy. Make sure you're breathing. Getting our body ready to do some martial arts. Not hurting ourselves. Staying safe. Right? During your warm-ups is a good time to think about things like, am I keeping my hands up? Right? Because you're not really working on speed. Right? Think about maybe, am I bending my knee as I do my front kick, or am I keeping it straight? Almost there, and we're done. All right, so we're done with warm-ups. Now let's get ready for class. Let's work a little bit on our backstep hook kick. Now, a backstep hook kick is very similar to a backstep side kick, if you're familiar with that. A backstep side kick, though, is a very powerful kick, right? If I kick with a backstep side kick, I can hit with a lot of force, knock heavy things over. A backstep hook kick is a trickier kick, right? So let me pick this back up here, right? When I do a backstep hook kick, I'm not trying to hit quite as hard. I'm trying to get around their defense. Because when you go to kick someone with a side kick, obviously they try and dodge, but maybe they bring their elbows close together, get both arms in the way to try and cut down that power. They tend to drop to cover the body. So a backstep hook kick tends to come up high and hit to the side of the head. But it starts the same, right? So I start here on a backstep side kick, I start here on a backstep hook kick, but now I come up and hit to the side of the head, right? It's a good point sparring technique. Sneaky, very sneaky, right? So one more time I do my backstep hook kick, I'm here, I cross step, and then I come up and I hit sideways. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna break down our backstep hook kick a few different ways, so that when you do your backstep hook kick, you can be sneaky with it too. For most people learning how to do the backstep hook kick, I recommend practicing a hook kick, especially if you've never done any hook kicks. For most people who are first learning how to do a hook kick, I recommend sitting down, doing it really kind of low and slow, right? Now, I like to do it off my elbow for this particular one, but it doesn't matter too much. You could be lying down. What you're going to do is you're going to take your foot, you're going to swing it around like that, from front to back. Again, front to back, just to get that action. Because normally in a roundhouse kick, which is a kick that you probably have done since you were a beginner belt, you go from back to front. I'll show you from this side. A roundhouse kick would hit like this. A hook kick comes from the front side, swings towards the back. Again, starts in the front, swings towards the back. Now the big thing I want you to try and do as you do this is get your foot to be sideways, not to turn your toe up, right? So foot sideways for your hook kick, that's going to force you to hit with the back of your foot, which is what we want. All right, so just get on the side. It really doesn't matter which side, though. I recommend facing the same way as me, pointing your belly that way. If you're facing me, you probably have your right leg in front to do that. Put it down in front of you, swing it behind you. Again, put it down in front of you, swing it behind you. All right, let's do a few more of those. Start in front, swing it behind, and when you do that, I want you to make sure your foot is sideways. That's the first big thing, right? So a couple more. Foot in front, foot behind. One more, foot in front, foot behind. All right, so now we're just going to flip over to the other side, do the other leg, the same basic idea. Start with your top foot in front, swing it so it comes behind. In front, behind. Now, as you do this, you can challenge yourself in a couple different ways. It's actually harder if you do it slower. So if I'm going too fast for you and you want to challenge yourself, you can go slower. But for most of us, we're just going kind of a medium speed. Now, look at that foot. Make sure it's sideways. Okay, so we're going to go back to the first side, and I want to talk about your knee. Now, for your knee, there are a couple things about it. One is that it has to bend, and you're going to see that better from this angle. When I do my kick, as I come through, I bend my knee. I don't keep my leg straight the whole time, right? On an axe kick, your leg is pretty much straight, right? And you'd swing and it's going to be straight the whole way through. But in a hook kick, when I get to when it would make contact, I have to bend my knee, right? So watch it again. My leg has to bend as it comes through. That's the first thing I want you to notice about your knee. The other thing I want you to notice about your knee is when the knee moves. Right, so watch, my knee starts here, right by my finger. As I do the kick, look how much it moved. It's all the way over there. When you move your knee, you're going to get so much more power. So you both move it and bend it. As your foot sideways, as you go front to back. Let's do 5. Ready, go 1, 2, move it and bend it. 3, move it, bend it. See how my knee starts over here? 4, look how far it moves. And 5. Okay, let's roll over to the other side of the same basic idea. Remember to move it and bend it. It starts all the way over here. And this is a good trick to play with yourself and be like, all right, let's put this here and see how far my knee moves. That's pretty far. Ready? And go 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so now we're going to stand back up and we're going to do some lead leg hook kicks, but we're going to make sure we still keep our foot sideways. We're going to make sure we go from front to back. We're going to make sure we bend our knee and then we move our knee. Now, before we get to the back step part of our hook kick, we're just going to do the lead leg hook kick part. And just like when we were on the floor, we're going to start with our foot in front of us and we're going to swing it so it goes behind us, right? Same concept. Starts in front, swings to behind, right? And when we do that, we're going to make sure that our foot is sideways. We're going to make sure that we bend our knee and move our knee, right? Just like that, right? Let me show it to you from a different point of view just really quick, and then we're going to do it, right? I start with my foot in front of me. I'm going to swing it so it ends up behind me. From here, boom, just like that. All right, so that's our lead leg hook kick. We're going to do a bunch of them together, right? Think about the things. Foot sideways, from front to back. Bend your knee, move your knee. Ready? And 1, and then set it up in front. 2, and then set up in front. This is kind of like a closed fighting stance. Done that in your form, I'm sure. Ready? 3, and reset. 4, and reset, and 5. Okay, switch your legs. Same basic idea. Start it in front. Foot sideways, bend your knee, swing your knee. 1, and reset. 2, and reset. 3, and reset. 4, and reset. 5. Okay, so that's the lead leg hook kick part. All we gotta do is add in a back step, put them together, and we're good to go. Okay, the back step. Now, this is a thing that a lot of people have a hard time with because they think, oh, you step backwards. You're going to step towards your target, right? So if this is my target, I step towards it. What makes it a back step is that when I cross my legs, this foot goes behind this foot. That's what makes it a back step as compared to crossing in front, which is a cross step. You're going to find if you do the cross step here, it's super hard to get this leg into a hook position. You got to bring it in front of you, behind you. It just gets hard. It gets real hard, right? But if I step here, I'm set up just like when we were practicing before, where my foot's in front of me, and it can end up behind me. Okay, so you want to step towards your target. Another thing when you do this, don't turn your body very much. And I'm going to use this as an example. When I'm doing my back step, I want to be able to keep both hands on this. So if you're using like a table, a wall, a chair, whatever, you can put it in front of you. When you step, if your hands come off, you probably did it wrong, right? You should be able to keep both hands on. Right, so let's just do a few steps. Ready, go. Step, back step, reset, back step, reset, back step, reset. Okay, now we're gonna back step, hook kick, land. Now, when you do the kick, you might fall off the pad or the wall or the table or whatever. That's fine. Ready, step, kick. Now, obviously, be careful not to kick anything, right? If you're holding on to the chair, don't kick the chair. Ready, step, kick, and reset. And I'm kind of doing this a little bit slow. Slow is good for you to do it this way as well. So if I'm stepping and I kick, I can look and say, is my foot sideways? It is, good. Right? If it's not sideways, maybe you need to do it again. Ready? Back step, hook kick. Let's go back, do the same thing again. Back step, hook kick, land in front, land open. Back step, hook kick. Now, if you're already pretty skilled at this, you probably shouldn't use the bag or the wall and should just get good hand positioning as you kick, you step and kick, and your hands don't fly around very much. But if you're just learning, it's a good idea. It's a very good idea. Okay, so now we're going to switch to our other leg. I'm going to give you I'm going to walk around this thing, right? I'm going to give you a different point of view, right, where you can see it from behind. I'm going to step, hook kick, land, and come back. Step, hook kick. All right, let's do it. I'll do a few each direction, some towards you, some to the side. I'll start with the ones to the side. Ready, 1, step, hook, and come back. 2, step, hook, and come back. 3, step, hook, and come back. 4, step, hook, and come back. 5, step, hook. All right, I'm going to do a few kicking towards you so you get that different point of view. Again, make sure the knee moves, foot sideways, bend your knee, all the things. 1, and come back. 2, and come back. 3, and come back. 4, you can also hold on with just one hand. It's kind of in the middle. And 5. Okay, so that's our back step hook kick. Very tricky kick. A great kick if you are quick, flexible, maybe not as big as the person you're fighting against, and you're like, I gotta be tricky to score on this person, right? Fun kick too. So good job on your back step hook kick. Let's keep moving on to the next part, class. All right, this week as we continue talking about leadership, we're going to talk about showing the way, right? Which is an important part of leadership, is you got to take the time to show the other people who you're trying to lead how to do it. You can't expect them to be great at it in their first try. You weren't great at it in your first try, right? It took you a few turns to learn to know what to do. And it took you a bunch more turns to be able to actually do it, to go the right way. You have to expect the people you're showing it to are going to need that same amount of time. So you need to be really patient to be able to be a great leader, right? So when we talk about showing the way, what you're going to do is you're going to pick something that you feel pretty good about, right? Maybe it's one of your beginner blocks. Maybe it's one of your self-defense techniques. Something that's pretty easy. Don't try something that's really hard. It's really hard to teach something that you are not very good at. It's really hard to lead at something that you don't know what you're doing. So with that being said, I'm going to challenge you to find someone in your house, and I want you to show them how to do one of your moves. Now, when you go to show it to them, a couple things. One, plan on showing it to them 3 times. Not 1 time, 3 times, right? Be like, hey, Mom, I want you to watch. This is how I do my job. And when you show them a couple different ways, right? So maybe face different directions, maybe different speed, right? So they can see what it's supposed to look like, and then see how you do it kind of slowly so they can see that, right? And when you show them a couple different times, then watch them. See how they do. And if they do a good job, let them know. Be like, wow, Mom, it's great that you're keeping your hands up. Dad, it's awesome that you're turning your shoulder. Whatever it is, okay? And if they're not doing something right, you don't say, wow, Mom, you're bad at that punch. Or, Dad, you have a terrible block. You tell them how to get better. You say something like, now, Mom, I want you to try and keep your hand up higher. Or, Dad, I want you to try and turn your shoulder more. Whatever it is. Now, that's a pretty tough challenge, right? And if you can do it now, go ahead and pause the video and ask anyone in your household to practice with you, right? Brother, sister, grandma, babysitter. Be like, hey, can I show you one move? Try and take a couple minutes. Like I said, you can pause the video, do it. If you don't want to do it now and you want to do it later, we'll keep moving on to the next part of class. All right, we're going to do a little self-defense today. We're going to work on our punch techniques. We're going to quickly review punch 2, punch 3, and then we're going to be using a ball, right? Now, you can use just about any ball for this. I have my fancy Yoda stuffed animal ball, right? But you could use a tennis ball. You could use a bigger ball than that, but one of the challenges to this is trying to use something that's a little bit hard to catch, right? So not super hard, a little bit hard to catch. Makes it require more coordination, more concentration, which is kind of what we want. But for now, I'm just going to put that down. And we're going to quickly review punch 2 and then punch 3, right? So punch 2, I'll demonstrate a couple times for you. It's when you block wave, you throw your 3 hooks. Okay, I'll show it to you from this side. Block wave, left, right, and left. Okay, hopefully you remember that technique. We're going to do it 3 times together, right? So start in your stay away stance. Block wave, hook to the body, hook to the body, hook to the head. Right? Again, block wave. Make sure you turn your feet, turn your feet, turn your feet. Last time practicing, the easy way. Block wave, hand by your face, hand by your face, hand by your face. Okay, so now we're going to practice punch 3, right? So for punch 3, quick demonstration. It's one where you step back, then you front kick with one foot, and roundhouse kick with the other. Right, I'll show it to you from the side, so you get to see how much I move. I move back, dodge the punch, kick, and I kick again. Okay, let's do that 3 times really quick. This is a simple technique. Hopefully you can remember this one. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. There are 3 moves on punch 3. It's very easy to remember. Again, step back, front kick, and roundhouse kick. Okay, last time. Ready? Step back, front, round, hands down. Okay, so now we gotta pick up Yoda again. So one of the keys to self-defense is being able to do your self-defense in a self-defense situation, right? Not just remembering a pattern when it's time to demonstrate for the class. Since I can show you my self-defense, I'm prepared, I had 5 minutes to think about it, I know what I'm gonna do. Let's do it now. You don't have time to prepare in a self-defense situation. You've got to be able to do it without knowing it's coming. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little challenge for your self-defense to kind of stress test you. Say, hey, like, do you know how to do this? Well, we're gonna find out. Okay, what we're gonna do is you're gonna have a ball and just gonna toss it up there. Toss it up, catch it. Toss it up, catch it. In a perfect world, toss it up and catch it with one hand. If you have a big ball, you got like a basketball, that may not work. Right? You're allowed to switch hands, that's okay, but it requires a little bit more coordination and a little bit more concentration if you only are catching with one hand. While you're tossing it up, at one point I will yell punch 2 or punch 3. I'll try not to yell too loud. Okay? If I say punch 2, you drop what you're doing. So if you're here, punch 2, you just let Yoda hit the floor, and you do punch 2. If I say punch 3, I think you know what to do. You do punch 3, okay? Again, you don't have to drop the ball, right? But stop what you're doing. So if it's still in your hand, you can do the technique, I guess. But if it's up in the air, don't wait to catch it. Go immediately, right? And a good test for this is that you can do the technique before I count to 3, all right? Which we'll do in a moment. For now, we'll just kind of make it easy. So we're gonna toss. Just throwing it up in the air, we're catching. By the way, you might drop it sometimes. If you drop it, that's not a big deal. Pick it up, right? Keep going, right? You can either get up or give up. Punch 2! Block, wave, hook, hook, hook. Always better to get up than give up. All right, we're going again. We're tossing, and we're tossing, and we're tossing. Good. Punch 3! Step back, front kick, roundhouse kick. Pick up the ball, and back to work. Couple more times, easy. Then we'll put you under a little bit of pressure. Punch 2! Oh. Here, 1, 2, 3. I guess it already is a little bit of pressure, but we'll just make it worse. Yeah, that's the challenge. Can you handle it under a lot of pressure? I don't know. We'll find out. Punch 3! Step back. Front kick. Roundhouse kick. Okay, so now, I'm gonna make it a little harder. 1, I'm not gonna show you. So if you're forgetting, you can't look at me and be like, which one is it? Oh yeah, he's doing the one with the kicks. I'll do the one with the kicks. I did right because he must have done right. Also, I'm gonna count to 3, right? You should be able to finish the technique before I finish counting to 3. That's a good test of speed. Now, if you don't quite finish and you're an orange belt, you're like, Sensei Jeff, I couldn't finish it. I'm only an orange belt. Does that mean I'll never get promoted? No, you're fine. The speed challenge right now, this is kind of a blue belt level challenge. If you're a blue belt trying to get your purple belt, you want to be able to do this fast enough that you can do it 4, count to 3. If you're struggling with that goal, cry about it. I mean, that's the best solution to everything in life. Just start crying, you'll feel better. Or, alternatively, you could practice your self-defense more. You can rewind this video, play it again, right? Practice something to the air, whatever it is, it'll make you better. All right, so for now, start tossing. Tossing it up in the air. I'm switching hands, because I like to switch hands so often. Good. Punch 2! 1, 2, 3. All right, hopefully you finished in time, and start tossing again, right? Throwing Yoda in the air, not dropping the Jedi Master. And punch 3! 1, 2, 3. Right? Nice thing is for that one, you can kind of kick the speed that I'm counting. You still make it. Right? But for now, start tossing again. Tossing Yoda up in the air. Don't give me a headache. You won't like that very much at all. Good. And punch 3! 1, 2, 3. And again, if you're making it, great. Especially if you're a blue belt. If you're not making it and you're an orange belt, that's okay. Right? Sure, you can practice some more, but you don't have to. If you're a blue belt, and you're not making it, you might want to work on that. Otherwise, the next time you ask a sensei, hey sensei, when do we get my next stripe? The answer might be when you start practicing your self-defense fast, so you can do it fast enough. Right? No one likes to hear that answer. They all like to hear the answer of today. Good. Punch 2! 1, 2, 3. Good. Keep tossing. Time's almost up. Keep tossing. Keep tossing. Punch 3! 1, 2, 3. All right. So that's plenty of work on our self-defense day. If you want to spend some more time on it, feel free to pause, rewind, whatever it is. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving on to the next part of class. So we're going to do some of the kicks that we're doing for our brown belts this month to make sure that they're strong enough to get prepared for their black belt. We're going to do kind of a modified version of that today. What we're going to do is we're going to do 90 seconds of 2 different kicks on 2 different legs, and then we're going to do 25 push-ups, right? It's pretty simple. It should take, I don't know, like 7 or 8 minutes once we actually get going on it. The 2 kicks we're going to do are going to be axe kick and hop step front kick. Now, if you're using a target to practice it with at home, you have a Wave Master, you have a heavy bag, whatever it is, I strongly recommend against doing an axe kick to a target like this. You will hurt your leg in a hurry, right? So I do my axe kick, I'm just going to be kicking the air. Bring it up, bring it down. Make sure you recover back. If you're doing your hop step front kick, hitting a target's great. On my hop step front kick, I can step in, kick, and recover back, kick, recover back. And you can try a couple different focuses. You could try kicking harder, you can try kicking faster. Both have value. Just go in with the plan to do one or the other. When you're doing your kick, though, make sure you have your toes up as you make contact on your front kick. Right? I like to think about having like that Barbie foot, where your foot is pointed but your toes are flexed when you do a front kick to a vertical target, whether it be a Wave Master or a human or a body shield or whatever. Okay? So we're going to be doing 1.5 minutes of each of those 4. And then, like I said, we'll do 25 push-ups. We'll be good to go. Let's get started. All right, we're going to get started with the axe kick. I don't really care which leg you do first, as long as you switch after 1.5 minutes. Get in your fighting stance. Ready, set, go. Come up and come down. Now, one of the things I would encourage you to do is try and kick at the right height for your belt level. So if you're in the beginner bracket, right, you're trying this video out, you probably want to be kicking about this high. Right? Now, you can kick higher, but this is kind of like beginnerish height, right? Or if you're in the more intermediate belts, you're kicking about here, chest height. That's a good height for you. Or if you're kicking really high, climbing up, that's good for our high belts. But pick the right one for you and listen to your body, right? If it's bothering your hamstring, maybe kick a little bit lower and know that you got to work on your stretching. Right? Don't overdo it and then end up injuring yourself. Other thing I want to make sure you're doing is relaxing. So you see my hands, they move a little bit side to side for sure. If I turn sideways, you'll see they move forward and back. But they don't move up and down a lot, right? If you're pulling down as you kick, doing this thing, that ain't what we're doing. Try and stay relaxed as you kick. One of the things we want to see that you can do is do a lot of kicks that stay loose in your shoulders. All right, that's 1.5 minutes. Take a deep breath. Switch your legs. Same thing. Ready? And go. Up and down. Up and down. Again, pick the right height. Maybe you're kind of new to this. Maybe you're not so flexible. Haven't been kicking for decades. You need to kick down here. Okay. Maybe you've been kicking a little while. A little bit more flexible. You're gonna kick a little higher. That's good too. Maybe you're kicking really high. Right? Careful you don't kick yourself in the face. I've seen that happen. It's hilarious, but it's bad. Now, when you kick, you gotta breathe. Right? Whenever we do high volume kicking, gotta figure out how to breathe. And for that, it's a little tricky on an axe kick. There's 2 different times you might want to breathe. When you actually kick down strong. Or when you breathe up. Or, sorry, as you bring your leg up. Both have value. As long as you breathe at least once. A good strong exhale. You will force yourself to keep oxygen in your body keep yourself from getting hurt, help you to relax. Man, we're almost out of time. We are out of time. Okay, let's switch it up. Hop, step, front kick. All right, hop, step, front kick. I'm gonna be hitting a bag. If you wanna hit a thing, great. Don't kick your family, it's considered rude. Ready, set, go. Now, for this one, some things you should think about. Stay relaxed. Just like any of our high volume kicks, right? You think about kicking with power, that's fine. Think about speed, that's okay too. The important thing is to have a goal. If you're new to this, I'll give you a couple goals. You've done this for a while, figure out your own. First thing, don't cross your feet. They come together and kick. Together, kick, together, back. Second, if you're hitting something, keep your toes up, man or woman. I don't want to see you break your toe. Right? And then, again, you got those two things where you're not going to hurt yourself. Relax and breathe. I'll give you another detail when you switch to the other side. Keep going. Time's almost up. Finish strong. A few more seconds. All right. We're going to switch legs. Gotta move this. All right. Second leg, hop, step, front kick. Let's get to it. Ready, and go. Now, one thing that I want you to work on is when you do this, don't turn your body very much. You can see this shoulder stays forward as I kick. Don't twist and kick. First of all, it's a different range. Second of all, it's not as sneaky. And this kick is not a power kick. You should have some power on it. Don't tickle someone with it. But it's not your most powerful kick because you're not twisting to generate power. You're snapping your leg out. So it's fast. It's got good range. It's sneaky. It's got a lot of good things going for it, but it doesn't have a lot of power. That's okay. Make sure you breathe. All right, enough showing my foot on the bag. Now, one thing I have to do is I gotta look at you because it's easier to talk to the camera. But you probably don't need to look at me. Look at what you're doing with your kick. It'll make you better. You can see, oh, my toes up. You can see that. My toes down. You don't want to see that. All right, so we made it through 6 minutes of kicks. Time for some push-ups. All right, for these 25 push-ups, you got to figure out the right challenge for yourself. You got a bunch of different ways. I'm going to do a few different levels that you might want to do if you're looking for ideas. Knees, straight legs, claps, but we're doing 25. Pick the right style for you. Ready, go. That's 10 for me. Now, if you're having a hard time, if you only do 10 with your legs straight, do 10 with your legs bent. It's a good way to challenge yourself and modify. The important thing, full range of motion. It's much more important than doing it the hardest way possible. But if you want to try something harder, we can clap a few. Staying at the bottom is fun. All right. Whew. That's a good challenge, right? So pick the right push-up for you. Great job. Let's keep moving on to the next part of class. Okay, today, folks, for our final challenge, we're going to be working on hooks and crosses and a little bouncy ball challenge, right? So this is always a challenge of speed if you've ever done one of these bouncy ball challenges before. And basically the way it works is this. You set yourself up in a fighting stance. You're going to hold the ball in your backhand, the one that you're going to end up doing the uppercut with, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to drop it. Once you drop it, you're going to do your hook, your uppercut, and then you're going to get the ball, okay? Now, the objective here is to get the ball in 2 bounces or fewer, right? 1 or 2 bounces is good. More than that, not good, okay? Now, if you're at home and your ball's not that bouncy, you might want to hold it a little bit higher, okay? Or if you have a really squishy floor, some of you have mats at home. If you're practicing on a mat, the ball does not bounce very well at all. But I'll be holding it about here, right? And like I said, you drop, hook, uppercut, and get it, okay? And you remember, it can only bounce 1 or 2 times to be done properly, right? So what we're going to be doing is this is about a 2-minute challenge. And what you want to be able to do is do your hook, uppercut, get the ball in 1 or 2 bounces 5 times on each side. So that's a total of 10, right? You have 2 minutes. We're getting ourselves set up. Ready, set, and go. Hook, uppercut. Good, I got it. Ready, and drop. Hook, uppercut. I got it. Now, things that you're looking for on this is that you're looking for good form on your punches. Hook, uppercut. Oh, that one I didn't get because I was talking too much and going slow, right? You want to make sure you still have that tight hook, wind up, follow through that we talked about. Hook, uppercut, and get it. That one I got. Ready, and hook, uppercut, and get it, right? Again, hook, uppercut, and get it. More practice makes us more better. I've lost count how many I've done. I think I've gotten 4. Hook, uppercut, get it. Okay, now I'm going to switch to my other side. If you're ahead of me, great. You're doing 5 on each side. If you're not ahead of me, you're falling behind, that's okay too, right? Do what's right for you. We got 2 minutes. Well, we got about 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Ready? Drop, hook, uppercut. Get it? That one's good for me because it's 2 bounces. By the way, if you want to make this really hard, do it in 1 bounce. Now it's hard. Ready? Hook, uppercut. Get it? That's 2 on this side. Again, hook, uppercut. Got it. And hook, uppercut. Got it. The other thing you can do to make it hard, do 4 punches, do 3 punches. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit. Ready? Hook, uppercut. Got it. All right. I think I'm done. If not, well, that's okay. I'm going to keep going anyway. Hook, uppercut. Got it. Okay. I can do a couple harder ones maybe. Challenge myself to do 3 punches. Hook, uppercut, hook. And hook, uppercut, hook. That's hard. All right, we got about 20 seconds left. Hook, uppercut, hook. Oh, got it. Hook, uppercut, hook. I don't like that hook. That was kind of sloppy. I wouldn't count that for myself. Ready? Hook, uppercut, hook. There you go. I feel good about that one. We got 5 seconds left. Hook, uppercut, hook. All right. So hopefully you made it. If you didn't, like I said, you can always pause this and go back to it and practice, practice, practice. All right, everybody. Great job today. Looking forward to seeing you in class soon. Bye-bye.